and that may have worked. I do not know. I'm going to see in a second. Let's just drag that window over there, and okay, I got a notification from Twitch, so we should be good on that end, and I believe I'm also casting to YouTube. Though I should, hold on. Let me change the title. Is this like all 8-bit stuff? So I'm using Twitch's music library, and hopefully it's, I mean, I don't know, I'm just not a 8-bit chiptune kind of person. Now that we're off of, I could probably raise that up a little bit. No, I don't like that either. Jesus. Is this like all dubstep from 1999? Okay. Can I change my name? I guess I don't. Hold on. Yeah, I thought I was able to. Maybe I'll just have to go to Twitch. Okay. Sorry about that. I just wanted to check, and my audio's working. Oh, how did it... Okay. Knew the title somehow. That's cool. Let me just make a post on Tumblr. Can you post live videos yet? No, you can't. That's stupid. Video. Yeah, I can't do that. Silly. Let's see here. Okay, let's get started with this. I'm gonna open a couple things. So what I want to be doing now is, actually let me show what we have so far. So I'm using a bunch of libraries along with Rust, which is a systems programming language, to generate AVST. So let me just compile my example really quickly and show you. Did I do that wrong? Oops. Okay, that was just weird. So let's open my examples folder and make sure that my master volume is down pretty low, because this is just white noise at the moment. So yeah, you can hear that's actually still kind of loud. So you could just hear it's just white noise. It's not responding to anything at the moment. It's just continuously playing. We have a panning thing here. But that's just it. That's not really too impressive. So my goal for tonight is to implement MIDI receiving of the notes. So you can just plop this in DAW and actually when you do a note on and a note off, then it'll actually start playing noise instead of continuously. So for that, I'm using Boskop's EasyVST, which is just kind of like a wrapper for the VST library. It just makes it a little easier on me. So anyway, the way we want to do this is in my synthesizer, which is a struct that I have set up to basically be the container for whatever audio processing you're doing. So it's kind of similar to Juice's API if you ever worked with that. But anyway, so I'm just adding, so here we have a render next, and that's actually modifying the audio buffer and returning, well, it's not returning anything, it's actually just, it gets a mutable reference. So it's just modifying it directly, which is nice. But what I want to add here is a process events. So we have a render next, and I want a event. I don't know what I'd name it. I guess just process events would be fine. But I do want to see first what exactly it takes, because it might just be MIDI notes, in which case I would name it MIDI, whatever, process MIDI. So let me take a look through the source. I'm gonna pull a little reference off to the side as well. Hold on. Okay, so, oh my god, this dubstep is from like, Jesus. I mean, I'm sure they're talented people, but I'm not really about that 2012 dubstep life. Okay, so we are getting an events object from the VST library. So I actually don't know why this is not opened as a folder. Let me do that really quick. Let's just get rid of that. So we'll pull this off to the side, and let's go ahead and open my source. And I actually believe I have this example right now. So I just copy pasted the function for processing, unless I deleted it by accident, but it's okay. Hold on. Let's take a look at synthesizer, finalize, no on, no off, set pan, render next. Okay, hold on. Let me copy paste this real quick. Okay, so let's go back to our synthesizer and just kind of copy paste this in right now. And we're going to get rid of most of this, but I'm just using this as a basis for what I'm doing. I'm just actually going to get rid of that whole function body. So we're taking API events. I don't actually want that. I want the events module. And we should be using VS2. Oh, we are using event. Okay, so that's up there. We should be able to access the event. So, okay, I'm kind of stumped on that. Hold on. So doing this is a lot of looking through documentation. So I'm using this nice little library here, and I need to find events. So let's take a look at that. Process events. Okay, API. What the heck is API events? Hold on. API. Okay. So this is our struct events. Let me zoom in. So our struct events, this is from the source. And it has a number of events for whatever reason. Okay, so I get... I'm actually unsure as to what... Okay, wait, hold on. The VST standard specifies a variable length array of initial size of 2. If there are more than 2 elements, the larger array must be stored in the structure. That's weird, but that's fine, I guess. But anyway, that makes sense why that wasn't working, at least. Because I don't want VST2 event, I want VST2 API events. And that may or may not work. Hold on. So what's it saying now? Method is never used. Okay, that's good. So we have our object reference set up, so we're passing a reference to the events object that we're getting from this function. I don't think we need to have immutable self. Hold on. Yeah, we could just have, maybe, yeah, no, we do need mutable self. So I'll document that later. But let's go ahead and start with this. So we have code, shush. So when we process an event, we get a events struct which contains a bunch of events inside of it. So let's see. So for e in events dot events, we want to do a thing. Oh, let's make this public while we're at it. So for e, yeah, that's fine. For e in events, we want to match e. So this is kind of like a case in other languages, or a switch, I mean. Excuse me. Now, match e. What? There we go. Okay, sorry. So we're going to match E. And so what exactly in here are we getting? So let's look for the implementation. Events.events. Well, there's no implementation for events.events. Oh. Well, there's this property, or this field, but it isn't a function, which is why I'm kind of confused here, but it must be defined elsewhere, I guess. So we're gonna match E anyway. So I am a little bit confused as to what I'm actually getting here. Hold on. So the line of code that I was getting to match this is event.midi, so we do actually need that events library thing, because that's going to yell at me. Let's just return this for now. Okay. So why is that complaining? Cool. So event MIDI. So we're going to need most likely that events. Could not find events. Oh, hold on. Is that it? Okay. So let's go back down to here. So if event.midi, or e event.midi data, if status data 0. That is interesting. If status data is, and where are we getting status? Because we're not even using e in this situation, are we? So how the heck? Wait, what? What exactly is e going to be? It's going to be mutable event. So let's look at that for a second. Stupid headphones. God, this music is all bad. Sorry. Okay. So we are getting a array of 2 events back for, I guess that's just the standard. So let's take a look in event.rs. And so I want to see what we're actually getting with that. So what is in the event object? Because we're looping through every event. So we're going to match event. So if that events, these are sent to the plugin processing. Okay. So MIDI, raw MIDI, okay. Now is every event, okay, so I guess MIDI event type, okay. This is, I think, what I need here. So there's sysx MIDI. Okay, so we're always getting MIDI data. Sometimes it's just a regular MIDI, and sometimes it's sysx, which is system exclusive, which I don't need to worry about that. I don't really need to implement that. That's when hardware manufacturers use some special kind of thing through the MIDI cables to do stuff that's system exclusive or specific to the hardware. So I really only care about like pitch bend and note and stuff like that. So that's all stuff that's already in a basic thing. We don't need sysx for that. So let's see. Okay, I had to go get Nano. He wanted to come in. And my microphone has gone down a little bit. Hold on. Okay. So, anyway, so we're getting an event. Events are always MIDI data. Sometimes they're system exclusive, but we really don't care about that. Match event type. So we're going to implement from for event. So how would we... I guess I'm still confused as to what... Hold on. I need to read this a little bit better. So this is a struct we're getting back. All a reference to, at least. Number of event. I don't know why that's described that way. Variable length array of pointers to API event objects. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Two elements larger array must be stored in the structure if there are. Oh, okay, so we don't necessarily care about that. So the events function is probably determining whether this is needed or not, I guess, or something like that. Okay, so here's event type. So that's how we're getting that. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. What was I looking at? Events. Okay, okay, there we go. I think I got this. So this is... I'm a little confused about that, because this is an enumeration, and this... So I guess we don't need that. I'm not sure what the difference between those two events are. But if I get rid of this, it shouldn't complain, but maybe it will. Oh, because we need to use API events as well as event, and that should fix the issue. Maybe it won't. Ambiguous associated type, ambiguous specified type using syntax MIDI. What? Why? Huh? What? Why? Why is this happening? Oh my god, this is just the most beautiful. Okay. Let's see. sysx event. Yeah, so I should be getting back the event MIDI. Right? So we're getting back events. That much I get. And events somehow has a method called, or a function called, hold on. Because that has to be defined somewhere. Process events, events. Number of events. Where the hell is that? What? Hold on, I'm gonna ask. Is this the thing in EasyVST? Hold on. Process events, pull events. So no, that's not a thing in there. Let me try to deconstruct this code first. God, this music's really bad. Where did I write same? Okay. This is annoying me. Process events, mutable self. Okay, let me just so we have mutable self. API events. Why is it a reference? Why? Okay, I don't think that matters that it's that way. However, since this is prefixed with API, I assume that the sample that he shared me is actually using the other event that I was describing. Because otherwise he would also write API event MIDI here, but he doesn't. Okay, I'll figure it out, don't worry. Okay, because that solves that problem. So what I guess I'm confused about... Oh, okay, I think this is generating... See this... Now where's status coming from? If self-state user state key track is return for E and events data. Hold on. Oh my god. Do they have any good music in here? Is this like all they have or something? They have to have more music than this. Process events. What was I looking for? Status? Is this a function? No. Okay. Okay, that's for EasyVSD. Let's look here for a second. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh wait, no. Okay, so that must just be a function that he implemented himself that we don't have to worry about. So match E. So again, there's no E thing here. So I don't even know where we're matching. Sysx deprecator not covered patterns. Okay, okay. Well, now I know the type. Okay. Okay, I guess that's just the way that it's. Where's data coming from? I guess I don't fully understand this kind of pattern yet. Ambiguous type associate. What? Specify the type using the syntax as trait sysx. What? Huh? What? I still don't know where that events to events function's coming in. But that must just be a container of the events. I guess that's getting in some way that would be difficult to do just through a field. Receive VST sysx event. Okay. Okay, what was the warning that gave me last time? Non-exhaustive pattern, sysx and deprecated are not covered patterns. I mean, I could just do this, I guess, because I really don't need. And it's going to complain that I have matching arms. I can't spell apparently. Oh. Okay, yeah, so data doesn't. Oh no, it's just unused. Okay. So where are we getting that data exactly? Event MIDI. Let me just take a look here. So is that just like a generic way of doing that or something? Event type MIDI equals 1. We don't really care about that. Event.MIDI, okay. Event.MIDI, data, okay. Delta frames live, no length, no offset. Okay. Data, status, no, not. Okay, I got it, I think. So we're getting back this enumeration, and it contains data in it, and instead of doing like a bunch of nested matches, what we could do is take that status or that data and see what it is. But I don't like that, so I'm not gonna I think I might, since we don't need to handle sysx, so we can just do if e equals event MIDI. I think, maybe. Did you mean event MIDI fields? Can I just do this kind of thing? Data? Or does it have to be match kind of I really don't know. That is something that I have to read up on still. Okay. So I guess we're doing this way. So, oops. If we do that, then let's just document this really quick. So we're looping through all events, and then we're checking, we're gonna check if the event is a MIDI signal. And if it is, you actually just return this, I think, right? Yeah, because we don't care about that's never going to be implemented, and that's not what unimplemented is used for. So we have event MIDI, and we have data, and I'm going to move this a little closer. Okay, and I'm going to move that away. So we have event MIDI data, and that is getting data from that, and we can then do stuff with this data. So so basically what's going to happen is if we're going to match the data so I think this has to do with the MIDI spec. So we want MIDI status byte. So I believe that the first or 0th index of that data is going to be whether that node is on or off. So let's take a look about how this looks. Okay. So I believe this data contains these 2 bytes. So the... Jeez, hold on. So the first byte is going to contain if it's on or off. No on event. So, oh, okay, I see how it works. So that's the first bit there. Control change, program change, channel pressure, participant change. Okay. So, okay, I think I see how this is going. So we want to match data. And we actually want to match data 0, I believe. So that's that first thing. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so there's the status, and then there's the data byte. So the status is what I was reading before here. So status. Okay, that makes sense. So status of data 0. Alright. This equal status node on the pitch equal data 1. So data 1, that would be this, I think. I don't know. Oh, wait. That pitch, so this is just tracking a thing. So pitch equal data 1. So, okay, so pitch is actually the note number. So this is the note number. I don't know why that's so many bytes. Couldn't that just be... Oh, wait, no, that's right. Never mind, I'm stupid. Wait. I don't know. Is that how you represent, KKK's note number. So what's all these N's? Are they just not used? They're just not... let me ask really quick. So what I believe we would be doing here is we would want to write our own status kind of thing. So I'm going to open up utility. We're not going to worry about MIDI note right now. And I'm going to make a new public function MIDI status because I want to be a little more descriptive. And we want... I'm not sure what that data contained in is. Hold on. It'll tell me. I'm sure there's a better way to figure that out. But for now, we'll just do... and for now, I'll just do let a equals MIDI status data 0. And this should not be happy. Why is it? Wait, what's going on with that? Expected one of these. Operator found unexpected token. That shouldn't be it. What? Is that what I had to do? Expected one where human readable names for me. Oh, okay. So I just fucked that up. Data expected 0 parameters. Okay, so let me just put in a... This is definitely not the right way to do this. Non-code. Let's say that's a U8. That might actually be right. That binding has unit value conveniently, you know. Binding has a unit value. What does that mean? Okay, that's just Clippy. Let's just call that function. See what happens. What? Hold on. Unused variable code. And that's going to return something that I think I'm going to move, actually. So... I think that's actually in voice. So in our voice we have a voice state. Is that what I want? No. I think it's in synthesizer, actually. Yeah, no, hold on. No, state, okay. I'm actually going to move this enumeration to the utility because it makes more sense there since it's not directly related to anything in the synthesizer package. But I'm going to get a couple errors now since I moved that. But anyway, we want to return a note state mismatch. Oh, let's just unimplement this. This is where this is useful. Okay, so we don't care that that's unused. But we do want to go back to here. Let's just see how annoyed this is. Wait, what? That couldn't have compiled. I don't believe that. Hold on. Okay. So event MIDI data, MIDI status data 0. Okay, so I guess I did get that right the first time. So if we put int 32, that would give me an error. Yeah, because it's expecting U8. Okay, that makes sense because it's just a byte. The heck is status mask? Oh, you know, I got no errors because I was globbing the utility in like all of the files. So apparently I'm going to do bitwise const status mask u8 equals 0xf0. So I guess it's just the unused numbers. Okay, so hi-fi bits, these are the status, and these bits are the channel mask. Yeah, that actually, or the status mask. So what we can do here is in our utility, we can just define a couple constants. So this is just an hexadecimal. Oh, let's put that below the... Yeah, that's fine. So status mask is the, that would be in binary to compare it to over here. That would be, that. I think. And this one would be, so if we're doing a bitwise operator, then these can be useful as masks. So actually, let me pull it up here. So decimal, if we were to do a decimal of, or hexadecimal of 0xf0. Yeah, so see binary, that's how it looks in binary. And if we were to do 0f, binary is just 1, 1, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, and then we're going to do a bitwise operator with that, which is the and bitwise, which I don't use bitwise operators that often. Bitwise. If both bits are 1, the corresponding result is 1, otherwise it's 0. Okay. Okay, so if we were to get a message that looks something like this. So if we got, our note on event, which is 1001, the first 4 bits, right? And then we had our channel. Let's just say it was channel 1, so 00001. What we would want to do with our data that we're getting, since that's just a status data, I believe, we would want to bitwise and that with our status mask. So with that we would get so if 1 is 1, so we'd still get 1001, and then we would get 0000. Okay, so that would give us just the regular number. So since these are actually split up into 2 different sections, we don't really care about this when we're actually calculating the status message. That's my assumption, at least. So we just want to get rid of these or get rid of this. So that, I mean, that would actually make more sense, or an easier explanation. Easier example would be, let's say we have a note on, and then we have note. So let's just say that the note is, let's do, I don't know, something like 0111. I'm not sure what that would actually be. Do I still have my calculator? So in binary, if we were to type 0111, that is a 7. So let's say we're playing the 7th note, which is actually pretty low. So we can go up to 127, I believe. So 1011 in binary, 100011 is, that doesn't seem right. Oh, it's a channel number. Okay, my bad. Okay, so it's just 1 to 16. So yeah, so decimal would be 15. So you have 0 to 15, really. Okay, that makes sense. So that's the channel mask, not the note. Note has 8 bits. So okay, so we have our MIDI data. We have, and we just want to isolate one of these, because the high 4 bits are our status and the low 4 bits are our channel. So channel is 0 to 15 or 1 to 16 in the MIDI spec. So that would be useful if you had like one MIDI cable daisy chain to a bunch of synthesizers. You can set them to have a different channel if you wanted to play one without playing all of the others at the same time. So what you could do is you could send that channel. So if the channel was not, let's say like a hardware synth was channel 1, and you sent this, you sent it 1111, which would be 16 from binary, or 15 from binary, which is effectively channel 16, since we're counting from 0. Our synthesizer that was set to channel 1 would not care about this. It just disregard that data. It wouldn't do anything. So that's how they keep that, be able to daisy chain stuff like that. But for our purposes, we don't really care about the MIDI status. I don't believe. I might be wrong about that, but I have to look into the VST spec a little bit. But to my knowledge, it is something that's more like just sent to the note. Like you wouldn't get a MIDI. You wouldn't get any sort of MIDI data if the synthesizer was not active. So I don't think we have to worry about this channel at the moment. So anyway, that gives us that explains this whole thing. So let's go back to our utility and start implementing our MIDI status. So code U8. So U8 unsigned 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why it's called U8. So it's unimplemented. Let's change that. Let's make so we have a note state. That's actually not what I want, I don't think. Or is it? Maybe it is. Control change. Oh yeah, no, this is actually what we want. So 0 is off, actually. And 1 is on. I'm actually going to write these out explicitly, so it's because once we get into other things, it doesn't, no on, polyphonic key pressure after touch. So an after touch message would be after touch equals, I think, is that 3? I have to pull out my calculator. That would be 1010, oops. No, that would be, I don't know why that skips up to, yeah, I'm not sure about that one, why that's like that. Anyway, that would be decimal 10. Actually, I believe I could just write 0B1010. Yeah, I could just yeah, I could just do that. Let's just do that. That's actually more clear. So starting with 0B means that I can write this in binary. So so we just basically have to copy the specification. Then we can pass back this enum, which is just human readable, and we can decide what to do with our synthesizer once we have that done. So our on state is 1001, and our off state is 10B1000. Let's get rid of nil. I'll keep it there for a second. This node is off. Oops. This node is on. Let's just switch my documentation around a little bit. So we have our on, and this is for nil, but we're probably gonna get rid of nil. So our note state. Cool. Okay, so our aftertouch value, as we said, this is binary 1010, which is 12. Oh wait, no, that's octal, which is 10 in decimal. Okay, that makes sense. So polyphonic key pressure not on. Yeah, so aftertouch. So let's just name this. We don't actually have to document that. That's pretty self-documenting. Oh, okay, so control change, that's useful. Key velocity. You know, actually what might be better if we, instead of having to split that up, if we just sent in data. So, and then we returned like a sort of structure that actually had all of this data already in it. Only thing is that I'm not sure how to do some of these. So let's just return a note. Maybe I can make a note state a struct. Yeah, sure. So I, excuse me. I am making a wrapper for a VST synthesizer, so it's basically a way to keep track of voices and stuff like that when you're processing, so you can have like polyphony and stuff like that without having to program all of that yourself. So let me go over to my example here. So basically, implementing this, what I have programmed so far at least, it's not done by any means. We would basically implement a trait for our sound struct that we would create and just give it a render next function. And then we're just modifying our audio buffer, and we could do whatever we want with this. For white noise, we're just taking that sample and we are just adding some random noise. So just random values actually, and so that's what actually white noise is. It's just a bunch of random values, and that's just a float 64. So anyway, once we've implemented that sound, excuse me, we create our synthesizer. Let me find out where that code is. It's a little messy right now. We would create our synthesizer, and we'd put in all of the voices that we want. We specify sample rate, stuff like that. So the thing that's neat about that is once we have our synthesizer set up, we can call sort of methods that you would generally get with a synthesizer, like response to MIDI and pitch bending and panning and stuff like that. So that's kind of the usefulness of the class itself, is just kind of a structure for building your own sort of thing. So I do have my little example here, which is very underwhelming at the moment. So let me pull up my example. I compiled this earlier. Wait, where'd it go? It's gone. Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid. I'm gonna go target debug examples, test.dll. Hopefully this won't be horribly loud. There we go. So you can see it's doing exactly what I programmed it to do, which is just get the sample and then add some random noise to it, and that's what you're hearing is white noise. Thanks. Yeah, it's a bit beyond me too. Luckily, I have some nice people who are telling me what the heck I'm doing. So anyway, what I have right now is I just implemented a simple panning thing. And the way this works, the panning works, let me just get rid of this white noise for a second. The way that works is just a little mathematical equation that I did not come up with and I don't fully understand. So if this looks like gibberish to you, it also looks like gibberish to me. I don't know what's happening here. I just kind of implemented it. But basically what it's doing is, let me show you panning law. So for panning laws is basically, if you know panning balance or whatever, math is like that all the time for me, honestly. I have no idea what I'm doing a lot of the time. But anyway, panning audio, okay. So if I can find some graphs, let me go to images. So let's have the difference between them. Okay. So anyway, they're just ways of turning a signal from right to left or something like that, so you could hear it in both of your ears. Like I don't know how familiar you are with that sort of thing, but yeah, it's just see, this goes in your left ear, this goes to your right ear. So basically what this function is doing is figuring out how much to amplify the signal, like how loud it should be, depending on where that bar was, where that little control was. Yeah, totally. So the only complicated thing about that is if you were to just straight up do it like in linear way, it would actually get louder as you panned it. So this formula is called the constant power pan, which means that no matter where you pan it, it's always going to have the same perceived volume. if that makes sense. I believe that's because of a bunch of stuff that I don't really fully understand that has to do with digital signal processing that I'm still getting into, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's a constant decibel level or it's a constant perceived level. I think it is a constant decibel level though. Okay, so anyway, right now what I'm doing is you can see that since I closed my VST host. Oops. Let me just open that again. We're gonna get horrible white noise. But you can see that it's just constantly going on, and for most applications you're going to want to interface with some sort of synthesizer keyboard in order to actually play notes instead of just a single tone. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So the way that this works, there's actually a MIDI specification that deals with what data you're actually getting. So right now I'm sending, I'm getting a, where am I? Okay, so I'm processing events, I'm getting an event, don't worry about that, but basically I'm getting some data from our VST host, or digital audio workstation, or whatever you want to call it. And we are getting data 0, which is the first byte in this unsigned 8 integer structured array thingy. So this number basically. So instead of just working with a bunch of numbers that I don't understand, I'm going to get the actual code and put it inside of an enumeration. So I can just do something like, oh, this is voice on, not 010010, if that makes sense. So anyway, I could probably do this as a cast or something. Anyway, so when we get our event, we get an event MIDI. Okay, good. And we're getting a MIDI message. So first we want to find status. So here I have just the documentation of that pulled up over here. So these all in the left column are status messages. So the first 8 bits or byte are relating to the status. So they could be like node on, node off, etc., etc., etc. Right now I think I'm just going to implement these 3 since they're very similar to each other. I might even just do these 2 for now. Yeah, I'm just going to do these 2 for now because I don't know how to work with Aftertouch. But basically, we're going to pass in data, and I actually kind of want to pass in the entire object. So this is going to be all 3 bytes of this, so I can loop over it when I do the status. So we're going to the status function here, and we're going to figure out what status this is. Okay, so as you can see here in my enumeration, they're just friendly names for these values that you see here. So off is binary value of 1000, which is shown right here. And which would be 8 in decimal. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So that value, these are just decided by the MIDI specification. There's really any sort of importance or significance to these values other than that's just what they are. So basically, when we do our it is a very nice calculator because I'm not a hacker enough to do hexadecimal and stuff in my head yet. But let's see here. Where was I? Oh, MIDI status. So I actually want, I guess MIDI or note status. I guess let's just do note status. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I might rename that later. So our note status. We're getting our we're actually not getting just one value anymore. We're actually getting an array of unsigned 8-bit integer values. So let's see, let's just call that data. So we're getting an array of unsigned 8-bit integers, and we're returning a note state, which is what we have here. Trying to figure out how I want to do this properly. So in Rust, you can actually return an enum with a value, I believe. Hold on, let me look this up. I'm still getting accustomed to this language, but it's quite nice. So enum, yeah, so we can actually have data associated with that enumeration, which is quite nice. So, so off and on both have similar data associated with it. So off would have a key, so that would be another U8. These would both be unsigned 8-bit integers, and then a velocity. And this is also why, if you've ever used any sort of audio application, why you have only 127 different values for keys or for velocity, because they're unsigned 8-bit integers, and that's the maximum value that you can represent. Okay, so both of these are going to have that sort of data structure. Did I misspell velocity? That's oh yeah, I did. Thank you for catching that. So both of these have the same sort of data structure here. So the Rust kind of handles this a little bit differently. In most languages, enumerations are basically just numbers. So off would always be 0, on would always be 1 unless you specify differently. You usually don't have associated data with it, but I'm going to take advantage of that since it's one of the language features. So anyway, we're just going to deal with on and off right now, and we have those codes in. So there is a small problem here that I'll get to. So let's find our... What am I looking at? I get confused sometimes. Okay, note status. Okay. So yeah, I'm playing, like, that's interesting, I guess. Yeah, I'm just playing the Twitch approved music here, so it's not always the best. Yeah, it depends. I think maybe in the beginning it is, but at least as I've gotten further along, it's more about trying to build something that works for a really long time, like kind of thinking how you want to structure everything so that it's easy to use and easy to add to. But that's been like the hardest thing about working with this. Yeah. Yeah, this is my Twitch approved music. Oh god, I just popped so hard. This is my Twitch approved music. So anyway, we are getting an array of U8s, and we are going to loop through that. So I don't want to access this directly. So let's do a for loop. So for B, that's our byte, and I, which is going to be our iterator, in data dot enumerate, I think. That may or may not work. Probably doesn't work. Oh, yeah, no, maybe that does work. Okay. So we just create a tuple. B is going to be our byte, and I is going to be our iteration number. So that way we can make this extend once we do stuff. Anyway, so in order to get our status, let's see here. So for BI, so we actually want to let, what do I want to do here actually? I'm confused. Do I want a mutable, can I do that? Can I do a mutable state equals note state, or hold on, let me figure this out. Note state nil. Yeah, let me add my nil value back. I'm not sure this is the best way to do this. This might actually be terrible. Let me get rid of my status mask. That might also be, I was explaining status mask earlier, and I'll talk about that in a second as well, because I don't think anyone was around for that. The glory of STEM. Okay. Expect one of these. Can you not do that? That would be annoying. Well, hold on. I do have note data, and this might kind of be a duplicate of what that actually is. So note data, note is the unsigned integer, velocity is the unsigned integer, pitch. So we don't actually get pitch from this. And our state is note state. Okay, so I think we can get rid of note state and just use note data. Oh. And we don't need note state anymore, I don't believe. That's going to give me a whole bunch of problems now, but... Note data... Okay, so no, we do need note state. On off state for a note. Okay. So we're going to move this as well. We're going to move this to our utility since it doesn't really belong anywhere else. Oh, hey, look, I have 4 viewers. Thanks, everybody. So we're going to put our note data structure in here. I think this will be fine to use. So anyway, we have our note, unsigned integer 8, and our velocity unsigned integer 8. And our state. So our state, we can get rid of this because that really doesn't belong in state to begin with. Nil, we're just going to have equals 0. Otherwise it'd be like 3 or something. That wouldn't make sense. Okay. That's fine. That's just telling me. Oops. Implemented. I can just use this so it'll stop complaining at me for the moment. So, none method named enumerate. Is it iterate, maybe? Hold on. Iterate over array with index rust. Okay. Hold on. So x110, I thought it was enumerate, but I might be wrong. Or iterate or something like that. I feel like I did this somewhere as well. Iterator adapters. I'm being very boring right now. Apologize. I did this somewhere else, and I don't remember where I did it. Could have been my example, perhaps. Bear with me for a bit. Let's see. Okay, I think that would have been. That could have been utility, maybe. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry. Oops. Nice way to get number. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's enumerate. What the heck? Do I have to call iter first? Was I right both times, but I just didn't combine them? Yes, I was. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So this is actually going to return a tuple instead of just B. which is our byte. So we're going to iterate over that. We're going to enumerate. We're going to get our I value, which is important. I think. Wait, no, that isn't important. What am I talking about? I don't know, I'm going to keep it for now. Because we have B. So B is our byte. And B is going to equal, let's just say 1 for now. It's going to give me a complaint about types, I think. Okay. So B is... So we're not actually going to assign values to this data. That wouldn't make sense. But we are going to return a note data object, not a note state. So we're going to let mutable data, we can't use that. Note data equals note data. And let's just call this default, and we'll use that method in a bit. We'll make that method in a bit. It's going to complain at me that it doesn't exist, I think. Maybe it won't. Why is that not complaining at me? What did I do wrong? Data, explicit slice bound array of 3 elements. Not status. Hold on. That didn't expect a slice? What? Trait bound UA standard marker size does not satisfy UA, it's not constant at compile time. Can I not do that? I should be able to do that. Because I'm not assigning any sort of data. That would be silly. Where was I here? Note status, and we call note status from here. Okay, so we're doing note status data. Expressive slice found array of 3 elements. Okay. I guess I just have to specify 3. Does that work? UAL? What? Yes, shut up, compiler, you're being stupid. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we got past that problem. That works. Despite my thing saying it doesn't. Okay, so we got our data, and we're passing that in correctly. That apparently is always going to have 3 bytes. And I'm gonna close stuff I don't need. Okay, so we're getting note status data, which always has 3 bytes. And we're calling note data default, which that shouldn't work with default. I don't know why it does. Don't worry about that for now. So we're gonna let mutatable note data equals note data default. So for bi, I don't think I actually need that I. I'll take that out if I don't. But basically, we want to assign note data. So the first one. Do I even want to iterate? Yeah, no, I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. Since I know there are always going to be 3 bytes, then I can do this safely by just indexing it. And then I don't even need a mutable struct. So we're going to let... we're going to let our state equal... is going to return note state. But it's going to be... it's going to be data 0, which is our status as note state, I believe. That's not going to work because I need to implement something, I think. And I forget how to do that exactly, but I'll come back to that in a second. And we want to let note equal data 1. Yeah, that's actually those are just unsigned integers, so I don't even need to do anything about that. So I can just straight up just return the object now, or the struct. So let's see here. So note data, we don't need the default anymore. We can just return values. So our note's going to equal data dot, so that's the second one. Velocity is note, or data dot, or I'm sorry, that's 1. Velocity is 2. Because struct, or arrays start at 0. So velocity is data 2, and and state is state. Okay, so that will return our object properly, and we can access the things that our MIDI is trying to tell us, which is nice. However, we want to be able to not have to read these values. So the way we want to do that is a way that I don't know. So we're going to look it up. So we want to cast an integer to an enumeration in Rust. Hold on, be right back. Okay. So let's take a look at from primitive in Rust. Because that may not, okay, this was removed. Okay. Snowy seems to go workaround. I just published enum primitive create, which creates an enum from primitive. I don't like that. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna just have to write a big match function. Okay, so instead of this, we're going to do you can't do an implementation. You can't do this, can you? That would be stupid if you could do that, right? Yeah, I don't think you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna fix these errors actually because they're interfering with everything because they're actually crashing the whole compiler, I think. Note data is private. Public enum not. That's not true. Voice 3 synthesizer note data. Yes, that's true. Because we want to use utility now, and we're gonna glob everything. So we're just using everything inside of a error message. You're fine. I did it right. Don't worry. Synthesizer. Actually, hold on. Oh, is it because I'm not using Rust Enhanced? Is that gonna solve my problems? Yeah, it's gonna solve my problems. Okay. Excuse me. You totally can't implement an enumeration. That wouldn't make sense. I'm gonna try it anyway, because I don't know how you would call that. So let's just see what happens. Note state. Cause yeah, how would? Because there'd be no way to call that function because it would be in. I guess. Let's try it. U8 to state. Maybe since it has a parentheses, you could do something like that. No function associated with yo. Yeah, I guess you can do that. That's very interesting. So we could do pub function U8. Let's just do I to state or to state num to state, and we're gonna take in a number. So value equals u8. Okay, that totally can't. Num to state. It's more descriptive. Yeah, I guess you can do that. That's interesting. I guess that's fine. State equals note state, num to state, and we want to return a note state object or enumeration. So basically, what we're gonna do here. Now, the way this is what we're gonna get into masking and stuff. So, hold on. Where's my MIDI thing? Oops. Oops. Keep accidentally exiting things. Okay. So you can see here that the actual state is only the first 4 bits, and the last 4 actually relate to the channel. So what we need to do in order to ignore these last 4 values is just do a bitwise operator, which will just effectively make this all these unknown values that might have to do with the channel 0. So then we can match them correctly. So let's take a look here. So we want to take we're going to let what's that called? Status. We're going to let status equal value, and we're going to use the AND, which is the bitwise AND operator, and do that with our channel mask. So you can see here, our channel mask is set to, channel mask is set to 0x0f, which is hexadecimal for what you would write in binary as 00001111. So imagine we have the input of a note on event. So we want 1001, and let's say we have channel 15. So that would actually be 1111. Am I doing this the right way? I think it would actually be status mask. Yeah. Ignore that. So we would have this would be the data that we're actually getting from our MIDI. And if we bitwise AND with that, that means that if both are 1, then we get 1 as a result. But if 1 is 0 or 1 is 1, then it'll return 0. So as a result, if we bitwise AND operator or whatever this, we would get 1 because both of these values are 1. Then we get hold on. Oh wait, no, yeah, I did do this wrong, didn't I? I'm confusing myself, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is our status. This is our status mask. Channel mask. Yeah, that's correct. So our status mask and our channel mask. Status mask, channel mask. Status mask. Okay. So wait, maybe I'm doing that wrong. Oh, no, that's right. That's right, I'm stupid. Because it would stay the original signal because it's just 0. So it would be 1001, so that's unchanged, that's always unchanged. And then we get 0000. So we effectively, since we have 2 different, what are these called, nibbles? Since we have the first part of that byte being what we actually want, and the last part we want to ignore, if we do a bitwise AND on our status mask, then we can just make that all zeros basically, which is nice because then we can effectively compare that. So we want a bitwise AND with our status mask, and then what? No state found. Oh, it's I feel like I've heard this song before. What is it? I really feel like I've heard. Oop, hold on. Could probably get that a little. Pegboard nerds is at least somewhat decent, I guess. Mismatch types, expected utility, note state found. What? I think it's just complaining at me for no reason right now. Hold on. So we want to let status equal that, and we want to let channel equal val bitwise and channel mask. So that will give us a note state. We should actually return a couple things. I don't know if the channel is at all useful. Let me ask that really quick. In the meantime, let's just start implementing that. I could always just delete it if I need. Num2 state and delete num, because that's implied. So we want state and channel, and instead of just returning the note state, we're going to return a tuple of note state, and then we're also going to have just regular unsigned 8 integer. We're not going to use all 8 bits of that, but hold on, byte is 8, right? It's not 16, because I want to make sure I'm not talking about, okay, there we go. And then also, is that a nibble? Is that what a nibble is? Nibble. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good name. Okay, so we're gonna take the we need the first 2 nibbles, basically. Or the only 2 nibbles. And then we're gonna return a tuple that returns the note, and then the state. Or the state, and the state, and then the channel. My bad. So one is actually an enumeration. So we need to do a match. So we're gonna match status. And the way we're gonna do this is if status equals 0b100000, we're gonna return. There must be a better way to do this, but I don't know it. Return note state off. If the note equals 0b1001, and also I forgot. Oh no, that should work, because so for the channel mask, when we do a bitwise and, we're getting rid of the first 4 numbers, so that's not actually going to make the value any bigger than 4 bits. So this is state. Oh no, so this is, we are going to need to, it's annoying me. There has to be a better way to do this. 0, 0, 0, 0. We need to add 4 zeros. So is it, what's this saying? Incompatible types, oh, okay. That's fine. Note state on. If we have 0b, or we have something else which is defined as an underscore in Rust, we're gonna return note state nil, which is just unknown, or we should never get there really. Okay, so once we're done with that match, we're going to be able to return our tuple, which is just going to be the status. Actually, hold on. Status enum. I believe you can do that. Yeah. So you do the status enum, and we're gonna let enum and channel. I believe I have to do that. Yeah. Okay, so we're successfully returning that enumeration. And we're extracting that from our thing, which is nice. And that should work, but I don't know how to log that, so whoops. I should add these zeros, I guess. I'm not sure if those are really pertinent anymore, but I might as well keep them just for fun. Okay. So we have our note state, num to state, state and channel. And we're passing in our data, our first byte of data. And then our state is going to be, we're going to have a tuple. Note data, I don't know, hold on. Where's our note data struct? Note data, note data, note data. So we're going to also have a public channel. That's just going to be another U8. Because all of these are numbers basically besides this MIDI specification state. So we have that. Let's build this. I'm just going to expand this out a little bit so it's easier. And our last one's going to be channel. And channel is just going to equal channel. Expect token. Oh, forgot a comma. Why is it complaining? Expect one of these. Found channel unexpected token. Oh, whoops. Velocity equals data 2. There we go. Okay, so let's see what, since I kind of broke my own API, I have to go around now and kind of clean up what I did. This is actually kind of neat too. Oh, I know this album thing. That's cool. So let's see here. Yeah, that's just complaining about nothing. So synthesizer RS-236. Error utility data does not have this field. You are correct about that. However, it does have a couple other fields now. Channel is just going to be 0. Okay. Let's see what else is broken. Self pitch synthesizer .rs 257. Okay, we're actually, let's just change this to channel. And we don't need floater 32, it's just U8. I'm gonna get rid of that as well for builder method. Hey, look at that. It compiles. Cool. So now we can actually, now that we have all of the structures in place, and I've spent way too much time on doing that, we can actually use it somehow. So let's see. Okay, so we're checking this. So note status data. Note status, note status, note status data. Note status data returns. What does it return? No data. Okay, that returns note data. That's good. So let's note data. Might be better. I think I might move this into the struct. Implement data, or implement no data, and we're gonna have a public function data, and we're just gonna copy over this basically. just, I think, a better way of structuring this, since it's related directly to this note data and returns the note data object. So we can get rid of this. So we want note data data function. It's a lot of datas. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so apparently I just heard back that the channel does sometimes matter, so I'm just going to use it. Better to have more data than not have the data. Okay, excuse me. So we have our note data variable, and we're going to do another match, and this probably is not a good idea to do. This is probably very ugly, and I'm doing this wrong somehow. But who knows? Non-exhaustive patterns, that's fine. Okay, so if we're going to equal note, so we actually want to match the status of our note data. So we want to match note data state. Non-exhaustive pattern, okay, that's fine. So I believe it's note state is, yeah. So if note state is off, then we want to do something. And if note state is on, we want to do something. And otherwise, we don't care. And why is this? Oh. You know, I like Clippy, but it's annoying me a bit. I'm just gonna do, oops, allow match same arms, and that should get rid of that error being stupid. Yep, okay, that's just, don't worry about that. That's just the text editor being stupid. Let's change this to rest enhanced. Okay. So return, I'm not really sure what to do with that. Okay, so if note data is off, do we have note on, note off, and stuff like here? Yeah, we do. So if note is off, then note, or self not note off, and then we're gonna pass a MIDI note. And actually, we're going to change this because we want note data, note data. Error. Okay. Okay. And we want to send note off. And then note data dot note data. Oh, I think we just sent the whole struct, right? Yeah, we just sent the whole struct. Found reference, expected not to have reference. Fuck. Note data. Found type. Can I do this? Smash types expected. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think. Or can I do that? Okay. I think I just had to end that. Yeah. I think. No on. Okay, so this should actually be working, and basically what we have to do now is do stuff. We have to do stuff with that data. So we can move on to node on, node off. Let me take a look at how render next is doing. So voice, mute self voices, voices render next. So actually we can skip over this if the voice is off. That way we don't have to loop over a bunch of buffers. So if voice dot status, I think, state. Voice dot state is voice state, yeah. Okay, so if voice dot state equals voice state dot off, which is another enumeration that I defined earlier. Cannot be typed. What? I'm confused about that one. That seems correct. Do I have to wrap that? Unnecessary parentheses. Binary operation equals cannot be applied to type voice state. Not an implementation. What? Hold on. Voice state is a voice state. So what's voice state? Voice state is an enumeration. So why is that complaining? Is that just... There is no reason why that shouldn't be working. For some reason we can't compare enums. Okay, I guess we have to do this for some reason. I'm really not sure why that is. Enums are kind of weird, and I don't get them that well yet. But yeah, that seemed to solve the problem. Just ignore my text editor. So if voice state, so we actually want to make sure that this is not off. So if it's anything else but off, then we'll just render. Otherwise, we're going to just skip it. Okay. Okay, so we're rendering next, so it's going to be in our voice. So in our voice, we basically want to see if we're on or off. So for our very simple test, we're just going to say, we're just going to have one. It's just going to say if so if self dot state equals voice state. Actually, you know what we could do is we could do a match self dot state. Oh, is that okay? So if we are off and we don't want to do anything, otherwise we want to do this. That's probably not the best way to do that, but I'll look into that. Oh. Can I do this? Or would that take ownership? Okay, that's right. Cool. So determine how to cool. So this is only going to happen if it is on or releasing. Which means that this probably won't compile the first time. I probably have broken a couple things. Oh, no, I guess it will. So this means that unless we initialized this voice with a voice state where it's on, which I don't believe it is. Right, no, we did. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so it's initialized. The voice is initialized with voice state off. Oops. My bad. So it's initialized with voice state off, which means that it shouldn't play. So if we recompiled that, and if we go to our examples, this actually won't play any white noise. Cool. And now you can see if we change that in here, if we say voice state is on, then anything else but, okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, anything else but on, so off would actually render, which we won't want, but I just want to see if it works for this case. I'm getting a lot of warnings there, whoops. Same thing, okay. So, uh-oh. It's still not working. Let's see here. Oops, darn it. Darn it! Why did I close both of those? I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Hold on. Okay. Let's just bear with me for a second. Let's just get rid of that for a second. Did I build this? Oh, you know what? I don't think I... Hold on. I don't think I rebuilt that after I changed that word, but I might be wrong. I remove, oops. I get rid of this. If this works, I'll be happy. If not, I did something wrong. I did something wrong. Darn it. Ah, fuck. Okay. Okay, so let's just turn that to off first, and let me just block out some code for a second. Because if it's not this, then it's somewhere else in the code that's broken. Okay, so let's recompile our test synth. Let's reopen it in VSThost. Okay, so it is outside of this. That is breaking for some reason. So we can keep that there. That's most likely working. So let's take a look at what else we changed. So for our test synth, let's where do we process? Okay, so we didn't actually do any of that yet. So let's go to our synthesizer. Post process render next. Oh, so we want to process events. So that shouldn't be doing anything because it's not... Hold on. It's possible, actually, now that I think about it, that this is not going through the correct output, since I'm wearing headphones and I changed a bunch of stuff to my setup. Problem is I do not know how to change the settings for this. Configure MIDI player, devices, wave, is that what it is? Oh yeah, okay. Output port. So I want to output this to my Samsung Meteor mic. Okay. Oh, well, I'm getting input now. What did I change? Output? Wait, what? Input port, output port. I don't know why that's happening. Hold on. Let's rebuild this really quick. So voice state off, okay. I want to change this voice state on, I think. Wait. Yeah, let me change this voice state on for a second. Oh, darn it. Keep doing that. Okay. And I guess I got rid of that somehow. Examples, oops. Target, debug, examples. Darn it. Can I just, dun dun dun. Fuck. Can't really hear that because, hold on. How did I get to there before? Okay. So dun 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 dun. Okay, well, oh, there we go. Okay. So dun 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 dun. Okay, so that is actually working correctly, and the problem is my synth, not the output or the sound or whatever. Okay. Let's try what I was trying before again, now that oops. Okay, let's build that again, and then we can see if this problem is in that voice there. And it doesn't seem to be. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I think I figured it out. I'll keep that on, off, or wait, on. What am I doing? Yeah, on. I think I know what I did. So in our synthesizer, we have this case. If the voice is currently off, then we're just going to skip it completely. And I bet you, if I comment that little block out, then we can compile this. After I remove this, we can compile this, and I bet you this will work, and it will also be very loud. Yeah, okay, there we go, that's our problem. Cool. Okay, that's because our voice state was always off. So that will work when we get it to work, but for now, let's just keep that off. Why is this complaining? I don't know why that's complaining. Wait, hold on. Because that seems redundant. That does seem kind of redundant. Hold on, because I don't even think I need this now, because we're determining this in the voice. Yeah, that makes sense to do that in the voice. So render next. If it's off, then we're just skipping it completely. So I mean, there's a function call, but I think that the code is a lot cleaner and nicer. So I'm curious, actually. Why do I keep closing that folder? What's wrong with me? It's annoying me. Okay, so that's still not working, which is intended, which I expected, because in our voice, we have the same check, which is if voice state is off. So if we did change this to on, and we did compile this again, if we compiled the library and then we made the VST, now it should make noise. Yeah, okay. Cool. So that's working as intended, and I don't have that duplicate thing. So the voice will automatically skip if it's not being in use. Okay. So voice state. Note data. Now his voice is note. Wait, hold on. I think note data. Okay, note data, note data, note data. Okay, never mind. So voice state is separate from note state, which makes sense. So the voice state is on releasing or off. So this is basically saying if it's in use. If we're doing polyphony, we can't do something called note stealing or voice stealing, which means if we don't have a voice free, like if we only have 8 voices and we're playing all 8 in a chord and we want a 9th note at the same time, it's going to complain because it doesn't have, if it doesn't have note stealing, it'll complain, it just won't play the note. But if it does have note stealing, then it'll look for the best candidate to stop playing and move the voice over into playing the new note. So that's what that's for. The note data itself in the note state is just on or off, and that's from the MIDI. This is more abstracted. Okay. So what am I looking for? What am I trying to do? Okay, so we're processing events. We're getting this thing. So we should probably call that in our process. So we're going to set our MIDI data before we actually start rendering stuff. So we're going to do self.processEvents, and we're going to be passing in our events, which we get in a thing. I'm not sure where we get that. Where do we get that? Oh, actually, no, we're not putting that in process. We're going to put that in our own separate thing. Let me look at that really quick. So we actually do this here. And this is probably going to complain at me. Oh, no, I guess not. Do I have the events already in here? VST plugin. I don't know why. Oh, because, yeah, I know why it's not. Hold on. Well, first of all, let's change this to, oops. Let's change this to rest enhanced. Or why can't I do that? Oh, my bad. Okay. So this is going to complain, yeah, because this isn't found in scope. So what we actually need to do is use VST2 events. I believe that's it. That might actually be API. VST2 API events. Did that complain at me? No, it didn't. Okay, cool. So that's working correctly. Recursive call site. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want synthesizer. Synth, rather. Okay, so yeah, we'd want self-synth process events. So this would be called, I guess, whenever we get events or something. I don't know. So we are getting data passed into this object now. So when we process events, reading events, MIDI data, we get our note data, and if note stays off, then we... this is actually pretty nice. I haven't gotten this far in a while. It's nice how you work on separate things and it all kind of comes together. So note on. So for voice and self voices, we're just going to ignore this match because this has to do with our voice stealing now. So instead of matching that, we're just gonna... Let's get rid of this for a bit. I'm just gonna say voice dot... I'm not sure if I should have that manage the state, or if I should just pass it a thing. Yeah, because that's going to internally manage its voice state. But we do need that for the matching. But we really only want to send it, I wouldn't give it a note, but I would give it a, hold on, note, oh yeah, no, that's what we want. So voice, note, oops, data equals note, data. No field note data on type voice, voice T. Hold on. Note. I should probably do note data. Cannot mutably, ah, fucking hell. God damn it. Mute note data? No. I think I need mutable self, actually. Cannot mute. Fucking hell. Shit. Voice note equals. Move borrowed content. Is that right? Did I do it? Did I do it? I did do it. I don't need the mute there though, right? I guess I do. Okay. Oh, because I think I'm kind of assigning voice that thing. Okay. So we're getting our note data, and so our voice, voice self.state. So voice state. So, fuck. I have to think about this for a little bit. So our synthesizer, let's see, gets note data. Okay, so for now, we're going to forgo this because this is going to tie into ADSR and stuff like that. So for now, I just want to... So for render next at the moment, what we want to do is just self-sound render. If self, so if self dot note dot self dot note dot state equals note state on, then we're gonna do this. And we need to do that weird thing again, I guess. I think that was in voice that we did, yeah. Okay. So this is only going to render if our note state is on, which we will get past. So this actually should be in a state where it's working, but maybe it won't be. So when we add this, we shouldn't get anything. Can I like a keyboard? Okay. That's not working, unfortunately. Oh, do I have to... So what does this do? Hold on. I have to link this to... What is the red square? Because it's possible that's not getting MIDI input, maybe. Hold on. Let me try something. Because I know this works correctly. Okay, so we're not actually getting any MIDI. We're not accepting MIDI to begin with. That's probably something that I just overlooked in our test synth. Input output. So we need to take a look at info in our ECVST, I think, or info object. Let's name this test synth. Hold up. VST2. And let's look at info. See if we have an info object here. I think we do. Get info. Hold up. Where is it getting info from, though? Where's the info object? Plugin. Okay, so it's in the plugin file. So up. I don't care about that. I do care about info. That's all I care about. Okay. So presets, parameters, inputs, outputs, unique ID, version, category, initial delay, presets trunk, F46, name vendor, presets, parameters. No. How exactly do I get it to... hold on. I know there's an example for this that does take any MIDI input, so let's take a look at it. So synth, process MIDI event, myself. So this has to do the info somewhere. Puts initially info default. I thought it would be in the info, but I guess not. I don't know. I think I might actually. I think I'm getting a little confused with EasyVST. But I guess it does provide like some nice little handles. Otherwise, though, like this seems more simple to just do straight up. I might actually do that. I don't know. Because, yeah, it's just straight up. Is it category synth? Is that what it would, test synth? Category synth, yeah. Info default, initial delay, parameters, inputs, category synth, unique ID, process events, set sample rate. Because it has to be something that's just defined, like, within this library. But it's not doing that for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oops. Because I thought it would be just I do think actually that I'm gonna remove EasyVST just for this example because it's confusing me a bit. So I'm just gonna copy. Let me just get this really quick so I can change it back if I need. What's a good commit message for this? Okay. So with that, let's take this and just make a bunch of space. And let's just pick what we need here. So we don't need that. Don't need that. We don't need any of this. Don't need this. Don't need this. This is what we need. Unique ID. I don't know what 6667 is, so I'm not gonna touch it. Inputs is, I mean, we don't really need any inputs. Parameters, don't worry about that. Initial delay. Don't really know what that is either, unfortunately. Process events. That is something we need. We'll do that in a bit. Oh, let's change this to noise synth. Struct noise synth. And we're gonna have stuff for that. Set sample rate. process. Let's get rid of all of this. Fuck, wait, hold on. Mutable self buffer, what do I use for the process thing? Hold on. Where did my code go? Oh. I don't know, let's try if this may or may not work. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna not do that. I'm not sure why that's not working, unfortunately. I'm sure I can figure it out. Shh, be quiet with the warnings. Panning. Hold on. Match param ID. Wait, what? I don't know. Okay, no, we're not gonna worry about that for now. Let's try just compiling this again and see what happens. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh. That's funny. Yeah, that'll just pass audio right through it. Inputs, outputs. We don't want any inputs. We don't take any for now. This probably won't do anything else. But I would like to see... Okay, so we no longer have any inputs, which is good. Wait. What? We don't have any inputs yet. We're still somehow... What? The heck? Hold on. That doesn't have anything to do with that, right? Okay, I guess it does. So, excuse me. So I guess regardless if it says it takes inputs or not, it will still loop over them. Which, wait, what? Why would that do that in the, hold on. Because that would be processed here. So output and output's in there. So for sample and output, so we're not going to do anything with the input, so maybe I have to do cannot borrow is mutable. What did I do? Oh, because input's not mutable, like the outputs are, I think, or something like that. Well, not from there, but I'm a little unsure about that. Don't actually know why that's happening. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's weird. Okay, so... Okay, something's just weird with the other host, I guess. Unless this is just very low in volume or something. Because I don't see how else it would be doing any of that. Well, I mean, this... Yeah. I don't know about that. That was weird. Like, that must be the MIDI, right? Hold on. VST... let me just look at something really quick. Because I might just be being stupid, honestly. No, maybe I am being stupid. Okay. Okay. So that's bypassing it, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just take that off. Dun dun dun. Okay. So DJ filter is doing a thing. I'm not really sure what it's doing, but let's do key track on. Now, oh, is that how I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, what did I click for that? Damn it. Link. Why would... What? MIDI input devices. Okay. Damn it. DJ filter engine. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Ah, there we go. I think I figured it out. Okay, so it's still not doing anything, unfortunately. But that is... Let me just try FL Studio is annoying with this kind of stuff, though. Whoopsies. Did I fuck it up permanently? No. Okay, just for Spotify. Spotify doesn't know what's happening. No, Spotify, go over to the other side. Is this the thing that I was playing? I feel like it's not. That seems like... Oh, no, I guess it is. Okay. Let's open Bitwig and probably crash it again. But, you know. So we're just gonna run this in demo mode. New project. Let me just see if I don't really know how to use this very well, unfortunately. Okay, let's just put this in here. Okay, that's working correctly. So let's move this over here. And let's take our DJ. I thought I could drag these. There's an effect, so I have to drag it down in the master. I don't know how to do these things. Oh, can I do it? I guess I can't do that. I thought I could. Hold on. I mean, if it won't even let me drag it in, then I could have sworn that I could have done that. Hold up. So let's find. Let's just minimize that because I do want. Well, I have a shortcut on my desktop, so let's take a look for. Where did I save this? Okay, I did something apparently. How do I wish I knew how to do this correctly. Okay, there we go. So where's it? Ah, God. Okay. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. Let's make this not loud. I have no idea why that crashed. Also, can I just like not play it anymore, or fucking hell. Just let me fucking. Alright, so that is crashing for whatever reason. Not really sure why. That could possibly be because of. So I think what I have to do basically is. Damn it. Stop that for a second. I actually know how to use FL Studio, so let's just figure out how to do that. Okay. Hopefully Spotify is still gonna work. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just add that plugin. Synth, cool. Install the generators, new test synth, and let's turn this down. Oh, it worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked for one note. Oh my god, I'm so happy about that. Okay, I mean it crashes horrendously in Bitwig and makes your ears die, but here it works. It works for one note. Okay, let's try that again. Yep, it's just hold on. Does it stay on if I? Yeah, it'll stay on if I hold it, but is this still working? Sorry. Okay, so something is happening where it doesn't want to reload that. So I'm curious, why did that not work in VST host? Or did it? Did it just play like the one note that it was allowed and then die? Because that's very possible that that's what happened. Let's just... Okay, so let's find out why it's only playing once. Because I don't believe it's crashing afterwards, it's just not resetting state. So process events, events. That's working properly. Self-synthesizer. Process events, so we're gonna match event MIDI, that's working correctly. Let note data equal note data. Data state, if no state's off. Then self note off, note data if no state on. So I mean, like, these are both working because it goes on and off, it just doesn't go back on again. Okay, so let's go to self note off, or note on, note off. Okay. Oh, that might be it. So we're actually calling this and it's not. Wait, what? So note on. So voice note. So we don't actually need note off. We're not actually using that. We're just passing like all of the data in it. So that'd be more apt description. Because let's see. Yeah, because a voice keeps track of its own voice state. So if we send it data that says the note is still on, then it's going to know if it's already on, and if it is already on, it's going to start, what do you call it? It's going to sustain, and if it's currently on and then it got data to send off, it's going to start releasing. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna set voice note, and that's gonna error down here, self, and that way also, since that'd be redundant, we just do self set voice note, set voice note data. Not sure why that's going. Okay. So we're doing self set voice note. So self set voice note. Where is that? Okay, so yeah, that is also where we'd be doing the whatever it's called. But so voice note equals no data. So voice dot note rather. So voice note is the note data. So self. What? No, that works. That's okay. That's just being stupid again. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just see if getting rid of that complexity solved anything. I don't think it did. I think there's something else. But I'm not really sure what, unfortunately. Also, where is this being used? What? Is there like an instance of Bitwig still open or something? What's going on here? That should work. Why is it not working? What is that being used by? Can I just X that out, maybe? What the heck is... Nothing's open. What the heck? Hold up. FL Studio plugin manager, 32-bit, is that it? No. Plugin host, is that it? That, I think, wait, what? That may have been it. No. Oh yeah, that was it, okay. Cool. So we can compile this. Oh, we already compiled that. I'm just going to compile it again for no reason. And that should work correctly. Yep. Let's open up VST host. Even though we haven't had luck with this yet, so we might have to open up FL Studio and see if the behavior is the same. Yeah, I don't think that's doing what I want it to do for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Just get rid of that. Open up FL Studio. I don't think I use the 64-bit. Hopefully this won't boot up into ASIO. Okay, good. Oh, hey. That's really great. I'm really proud of that. So that is MIDI controllable now. I mean, it doesn't have multiple voices, so it's kind of silly, but happy about that. Cool. So let's just git add a git commit I don't really know what to call this. I'm really bad with commit messages, but I think that's gonna be it after I do this for tonight. Oh, I just realized that audio output capture was all the way down. Believe me that it worked. So we git commit, I'll show it after I do this commit. Fixed MIDI note on off git push. I do need to do some better documentation for this because I didn't really document what I had, and also these inline comments are kind of awful, but whatever. No, I didn't want 64-bit. Doesn't matter. Okay, I guess not. But yeah, this is gonna be super loud, but so that's so cool. I'm so proud of this. It's just white noise, but I'm happy about that. That's cool. But yeah, I think that's probably all I'm gonna do for tonight. Thanks for staying with me.